GR IAS Academy.
"100 days, 100 themes, one goal UPSC Prelims." Hello everyone, welcome back to Mission Surya. In this program, we will discuss current affairs completely from prelims perspective. So let's get started. In our most probable question series, today our first topic is solar coronal shocks. So what are solar coronal shocks? They are powerful shocks generated in the sun's outer surface, that is corona. Okay, why? Because of which they are produced? Because of the solar flares or coronal mass ejections. Okay, they are generated due to this. Okay, how they will travel? Okay, they will travel through solar corona. What is corona? It is the sun's outer surface. Okay, what kind of mass ejections are these? They are of type 2 radio burst. Okay, and they will travel with a speed of around 1000 kilometers per second. Okay, so what are type 2 burst? So these type 2 radio burst of solar coronal shocks, they travel from high frequency to low frequency, which we are calling it as slow drifting of coronal mass ejections. So these frequencies are observed usually in radio band. Okay, fine. And what are the parameters? They are drift and spectral indents. Okay, these bursts will be of two types. One is fundamental and one is harmonic. So what is fundamental? Those are primary frequencies. What about harmonic? They are overtone, means combination of multiple frequencies. So those are called harmonic burst. Okay, fine. Okay, base frequency and overtone. So what we are observing here is, theoretically fundamental frequencies should be stronger, whereas when scientists have conducted experiments, they discover that sometimes harmonic frequencies, that is overtone frequencies, are stronger when compared to the fundamental frequencies in the coronal mass ejections. Okay, who conducted these experiments? Indian Institute of Astrophysics studied regarding the coronal mass ejections. So they have analyzed around 58 bursts, that is 58 coronal mass ejections they have analyzed. And what instruments they have used? Global Callisto instruments and our India's GLOS, that is Gauri Bidanur low frequency solar spectrograph has been used for the study. And they have found that the variation between fundamental and harmonic emissions depend on the longitude of the solar event. Okay, how much degrees? If longitude is greater than 75 degrees, we are getting harmonic frequencies. But when it is less than 75 degrees, we are getting fundamental frequencies. Okay, okay. Now let's move to the next topic, promotion of desert medicinal plants. Okay, why it is in the news? It has come in PIB. Okay, who is leading this promotion of plants, medicinal plants? NMPB, National Medicinal Plants Board, and it is leading under which ministry? Ayush. Okay. Okay, they are focusing mainly on two medicinal plants, that is Gugul and Aloe Vera. These are the respective scientific names of those species. And what is the main objectives of this NMPB? Their they want to promote cultivation. You have to remember, they want to promote cultivation, they are not directly involving in cultivation in any ways. And they want to conserve the species, they want to develop the supply value chain, and they want to maintain sustainable management of these species under this mission. Okay. And what are they using to implement this? They are using regional cum facilitation centers. Okay. Okay. What about the scheme? What are they going to provide under this scheme? They will be providing quality material. Okay, whoever wants to cultivate these species, they will be provided quality material, and they will be taught good agricultural practices for agriculture mechanisms for these crops, and they will be focusing on the supply chain of these crops. And this is what is important, they will not cultivate directly, they will provide a platform, that's it. Okay. Okay, they are providing platform. Which platform they are providing? eCherak. So what is it? It is a mobile app and a web portal. For what? For promotion, marketing and trade of the medicinal plants. But their primary focus is on Google and aloe vera. Okay. What kind of support is present in this platform? They will be providing multilingual support, market price information and interaction between the stakeholders, nothing but buyers and sellers. Okay. Our next topic is the most important topic, that is maternal mortality rate. So what is maternal mortality rate? Number of mothers that are dying per 1 lakh births. Okay. Why? What is the reasons why mothers are dying at the hospital table? Because of the pregnancy issues, right? So in India, 116, the MMR is 116 in 2023, and SDG goal is less than 70. Okay. Okay. Let's see MMR issues regionally. There are two outperforming states, those are Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Those are giving good growth, good reduction in MMR. Okay. But there are few states wherein very high MMR has been observed, that is UP, Bihar and MP. Okay. So why? What are the issues here? Access for healthcare is not available for everyone, treatment is delayed, and proper quality of care is not available for every mother. So these are the main reasons. Okay. What are the causes? Why they are dying on hospital bed? Because of the hemorrhage, hypertension, infections and medical complications. Mostly these are caused by already existing diseases. So they should be controlled. So in order to control, what they have to do? They have to treat hypertension, all the pre-existing conditions they need to be treated initially, and to avoid infections they have to take care of hygiene and everything during labor. And hemorrhage is very common because of the weak pelvic capabilities of the mother, and medical complications are inevitable. Okay. So these are the reasons why MMR is high. Okay. Now let's move to the next topic, status of AI integration into Indian defense architecture. Okay. So we know we are using AI in every sector, whether it could be missiles, whether it could be healthcare, whether it could be education. In every field AI has been used very extensively. So what about our defense system? So in defense system we are using for surveillance and for geopolitical strategies as well. And why we are using? We want our sovereignty. Okay, fine. And how we are taking edge? We want to enhance the precision of military weapons. Whenever we want to use weapons or any to get any satellite information, anything, we want to use AI for the precision, okay? And in operations, AI gives us that edge. Precisely we can identify the location, precisely we can target a location to bomb everything. To any military operations, we want to use AI. And we want to strengthen C4ISR systems. So what is C4ISR systems? Command, control, communications, computers, intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance. In all these fields, we want to strengthen usage of AI. Okay. We want to predict any analytics. What we want to predict? Like what might happen? What might happen? Any war, upcoming wars, we can predict through our analytics and take a faster decision. So that's how we want to use our AI. And then it will support to detect illegal ships in the maritime region, and any terrorism or drones can be easily detected by the help of AI and they can be countered. And we want to protect our critical infrastructure like power grids and nuclear sites. So we are using AI to detect incoming threats earlier and then protect our infrastructure as well. Especially deep fakes. Deep fakes are very much prevalent now. We don't know which is true, which is not. So in order to contain this deep fakes, we want to take an edge in AI. And we want to detect and control the disinformation because of the AI. So what are threats because of AI? Some weapons can be autonomous, right? And drones can be used for bombing. It happened in wars, right, already. So yeah, it can be used extensively. And cyber warfare, they can attack. If they are having AI technology, they can attack. Our cyber security will have concern. And then deep fakes, we don't know which is true or which is false, so it will create so many problems. Okay, fine. What about India? How it is using AI? It has expanded to 58,000 GPUs, okay? And who invested in AI mission of India? Reliance and Adani Group have invested, okay. We have developed indigenous AI models called Sarvam AI and Bharatjan Param 2. So what we are doing here? We are doing approach to lead through application, and then we have partnered with global firms like OpenAI, Microsoft, Google and NVIDIA. So by partnership with global firms, we are getting the technology as well. Okay, our next topic is already important topic that have been discussed many times in our country, and regarding this also the questions been asked and have been discussed many a times in our UPSC from past years. So what is euthanasia? What is passive euthanasia? What is active euthanasia? Okay, fine. Normally people will die because of natural reasons or some accidents, right? But whenever a life is taken on intention with the help of outside influences like vaccination, that is called euthanasia. Okay, fine. What is active euthanasia and passive euthanasia? Okay, whenever you are giving some vaccines to kill a person, that is called active euthanasia. That is illegal in our country. But what is passive euthanasia? When someone is in life support, if the support has been withdrawn, that person normally dies. So you are not giving any injections or anything to kill a person, but you are removing the support that is making him to stay alive. So that is, by removing the support, this person dies. This is called passive euthanasia. So there is a case which has run in the Supreme Court, that is the Harish Rana case. Okay. So what happened to him? He met with an accident and went into a vegetative state, that means he cannot move. So he suffered 100% quadriplegia. So how he is living? Clinically assisted nutrition and hydration via PEG tubes. So that is how he is living. What did Supreme Court ordered in case of his case? Okay, he can be given passive euthanasia, that means he can be withdrawn from the life support under medical supervision. So that was the Supreme Court region. Okay, so what did Supreme Court give? Supreme Court told it accepted the recommendations of medical boards and family consent. Okay, fine. What did it do? It directed AIIMS Delhi. Okay. So how it should be done? It should be humane, pain managed and dignified. Means you just remove the life support and let him die on his own? No. You have to make sure that the death should be human and pain should not be intensive, it should be managed and it should be dignified. So that was the Supreme Court ruling. Okay, fine. There are some important legal things we need to remember here. It is a medical treatment, not a basic care. So withdrawal falls under passive euthanasia, and it also gave 30 days to reconsider the decision for the family. Okay. And what about the judgments in various cases? In Jankur 1996 case, Aruna Shanbag 2011 case, Common Cause 2018. Okay. What about Article 21? What it says? Right to life. Okay, we know that we have right to life. How it connects to euthanasia? Why Supreme Court supported passive and active euthanasias? Only passive euthanasia, active is not legal in India. Okay, why it supported passive euthanasia? Right to life also includes right to live with dignity. So when some person is in vegetative state, he is not living his life with dignity. So that is why Supreme Court gave a ruling that passive euthanasia is acceptable. So how it is taken? Okay. High courts gave that they have to guide judicial magistration for processing cases. In case of government, has to ensure CMOs maintain panel of doctors. Okay. And there is a need for legislation on end of life care. So whenever passive euthanasia is given, there should be some legislations, laws regarding that. Okay. We need doctors, we need support from courts, we need support from law as well. Okay. What about the will? So it is defined in 2018 Common Cause case. It will allow individuals to define future medical treatment in case of any issues with their health because of accidents or any diseases. They can give will for future. If anything happens to them, they can take their own decisions that you can do this to me. So that is given in future will of a person. Okay. And they can authorize withdrawal of life support. They can mention in their will that you can withdraw life support if I am in this kind of state, whether it can be vegetative state or coma or any situation where I can't handle or I cannot stay and live with dignity. So that's how living will gives a autonomy to the patient to decide his future when he is not able to take decisions. Okay, we already discussed what is euthanasia and types of euthanasia, and there are different types of consent: voluntary, non-voluntary and involuntary. Okay, these two are okay, but involuntary is illegal. Okay, what are the legal provisions in India? Active euthanasia, it's illegal in Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita of 2023, and passive euthanasia, it is legalized by Supreme Court in Common Cause case of 2018. And who supported this? 241st Law Commission report. refusal of treatment is valid. So this report also supported for the passive euthanasia. Okay, there are few important judgments, we already mentioned these, right? So in this case, right to die is recognized, and in this case Supreme Court rejected right to die, and in this case passive euthanasia has been allowed with few safeguards. And in Common Cause of 2018, right to die with dignity plus living will is valid. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, fine. What is the procedure for passive euthanasia? There will be two stages in the medical review. First one is primary medical board, which consists of a doctor and two experts, and second is secondary medical board. 3 independent doctors will be part of this board, and the decision will be communicated to judicial magistrate of first class. Okay, what about global situation? In Netherlands, active euthanasia and assisted suicide is also legal. In Switzerland, assisted suicide is also allowed. So globally, euthanasia is valid in few countries as well. So what do you have to remember here for the exam? Article 21. Article 21 includes right to die with dignity. Okay, right to die with dignity. You have to remember specifically this, but not right to die. Okay, not only just not right to die, but with right to die with dignity is the important clause you have to remember, and important difference. The key word is right to die with dignity is the key word. Okay, without this only right to die will be wrong, and it is illegal in India if it is active euthanasia, legal under Supreme Court guidelines if it is passive euthanasia. And we just have told that living will is valid document, okay, given by Supreme Court. So that's all for today. We'll continue in our next class. Complete detailed notes, please visit our website. Link is in the given description box below. Follow us on Instagram and Telegram channels for complete UPSC preparation, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For past videos, please check our playlist. Links are given in the description box below. Thank you.